Welcome to this explainer. I'm super excited to be your virtual driving coach today. Look, whether you're a brand new driver who literally just got your license, or maybe you're just looking to brush up on the basics, we're going on a little simulated road trip together. The goal here? To take all that behind-the-wheel anxiety and turn it into rock-solid confidence. We're going to break down the exact real-world procedures you need to handle those high-stakes situations out there.
Here is what's on the agenda today. We'll be conquering the interstate, navigating the night, handling sudden emergencies, and going over crash scene procedures.
All right, Section 1, Conquering the Interstate.
So picture yourself on the entrance ramp. See that solid white line? That line is essentially a brick wall. Never cross it early. You've got to wait patiently for that broken white line to start. That right there is your visual green light telling you it's legally and physically safe to start your merge. Now, to make this whole merging thing totally manageable, just remember this easy 3-step procedure. First step, adjust your speed to match the flow of traffic. I mean, you can't really merge safely if you're crawling while everyone else is flying by, right? Second, use your turn signal to let folks know what you're doing. And third, just slide smoothly into a gap when it's safe. It's all about smooth, predictable movements. Okay, so you're on the interstate. Awesome. Now you just need to follow a few core rules to keep things moving safely. First, maintain a steady speed over 40 miles per hour so you don't create a dangerous bottleneck. Second, slower traffic needs to keep right. Stay out of that left lane unless you're actually passing somebody. Always signal your lane changes. And here's a huge one. If you miss your exit, just go to the next one. Seriously, never, ever back up. The risk of a massive collision is just way too high. Moving right along to Section 2, navigating the night. Night driving brings a whole new set of challenges, and knowing exactly how to use your headlights is absolutely crucial. Your low beams are basically your default. Flip them on as soon as daylight starts to fade, or if you're caught out in fog or rain. Now, high beams? Those are fantastic for dark, open highways, but you've got to pay attention. You're required to dim them when you're within 200 feet of another car, and obviously whenever you see an oncoming vehicle. But hey, what happens when that oncoming driver completely forgets to dim their lights? We've all been there. It's so tempting to stare right into that blinding glare like a deer in headlights, but you have to fight that urge. Instead, keep yourself safe by looking down and to the right. Use the right edge of the road to guide your car and keep your lane position until they pass by. Night driving also means dealing with weather hazards. We're talking hydroplaning, which is literally when your tires ride on a super thin film of water instead of the actual road. If you feel that happen, ease off and slow down. What about flooding? Listen to this. Just 6 inches of water can reach the bottom of most passenger cars and cause a total loss of control or stall your engine. 6 inches! If you see a flooded road, just turn around. And if you hit heavy fog where you can't even see a quarter mile ahead of you, cap your speed at 40 miles per hour. Though, honestly, it's best to just get off the road if you can.
All right, Section 3, Handling Sudden Emergencies.
Before we get into mechanical emergencies, look at this number. 23 times. That's not a typo. Your risk of a crash skyrockets by a massive 23 times when you text and drive. Think about it. Texting is like the ultimate triple threat of distraction. It takes your eyes off the road, your hands off the wheel, and your brain completely out of the game. It is just not worth it. Let's do a quick mental drill. Imagine you're cruising down a rural highway, and suddenly, your right tire drops off the pavement and into the dirt shoulder. Your gut reaction is probably going to scream at you to yank the wheel back to the left, right? But what's the actual safe way to handle this without rolling your car? The trick here is to completely ignore that panic instinct. Do not jerk the wheel. Instead, hold the steering wheel firmly so you're just straddling the edge of the pavement. Let your foot off the gas to naturally reduce your speed, check your traffic, and then, only when it's completely safe, gradually turn back onto the road. Of course, the absolute best way to handle an emergency is to just avoid it in the first place. The golden rule here is creating a nice, big cushion of space around your car. Use the 3-second rule. Pick a fixed point, like a speed limit sign, and when the car in front of you passes it, start counting. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. If you hit that sign before you get to 3, you're following way too closely. Back off a bit and give yourself room to breathe and react. Finally, Section 4, Crash Scene Procedures. Look, even if you do everything perfectly, collisions still happen. If you find yourself in one, take a deep breath to steady your nerves. First, stop your vehicle at the scene. Never just drive away.
Second, check on folks and assist anyone who is injured, calling 911 immediately. And third, you want to use flares, reflectors, or your hazard flashers to alert approaching traffic so nobody else plows into the scene.
Once the dust settles and everyone is safe, there is some essential info you are legally required to exchange with the other drivers. We're talking names, addresses, phone numbers, license plate numbers, driver's license info, insurance details, and the make, model, and year of the cars involved. Basically, the whole shebang. Oh, and if anyone saw what happened, absolutely get those witnesses' names and addresses too. They can be vital later on.
Now, here is a really important number to keep in the back of your mind: $1,500. If anyone is hurt, or if you look at the dented bumpers and think, yep, that's probably $1,500 or more in damage, you are legally on the hook to file a driver's motor vehicle crash report within 10 days. The only exception is if a police officer showed up and filed the report for you right there on site.
We've covered a ton today, from perfectly timing a 60-mile-per-hour highway merge to dealing with blinding headlights to managing the absolute chaos of a fender bender. You've got the mental roadmap right from the manual now. So I'll leave you with this. The next time you're merging onto a packed interstate, will you be reacting out of panic, or will you be driving with total prepared confidence? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and stay safe out there on the roads.